Hey everybody, Joy here. Finally, Joy's here. Oh my goodness, I've been so busy and things have been just different around here since I got back from vacation. People coming and to buy stuff that Jerry's selling, and the electricians were here yesterday, about 5 hours. I had him put 2 more plugs up here in my sewing room, and oh my, that wasn't as easy as one would think it would be. And then I had him put 1 more plug downstairs, and then Jerry had him take that great big generator we bought a few years ago and make it so it hooks the barn up now, because before it was just our house. But now that the RV lives in the barn, he wanted to make sure that the electricity would work in the RV if, you know, all the power went out for several days. Let me take a sippa and I'll put this down. Ah, yes! It's not hot enough for me anyway. It's already almost 11 o'clock, so I should be past coffee drinking already this morning. But getting a late start this morning because somebody else is coming again. And the days are always different when, you know, the routine is different than usual. It is Saturday, April 22, 2023, if I didn't already tell you that. So I wanted to show you how many things I've been getting done since I got back from our little vacation in Arkansas. Arkansas, that's right. We were at Hot Springs, at an RV park near Hot Springs, Arkansas. And I did a couple little videos, maybe you saw them, and I said how much we really loved it there, except no internet, but that was the RV park. You know, if you lived there, you could get decent internet. So we decided we want to move there because it's so beautiful. And we're just, it's hard being down here deep in the woods all by yourself with no friends. Jerry doesn't have any friends. I don't have any friends. Yes, I have Terry down the street and her husband, but they don't have time for us. They've got so many people in their lives. They've got 7 kids and I don't know, 100 grandkids, and they've got his family, his mom and his sister that they're both dealing with medical issues with them. So Terry doesn't have time to turn around, never mind be with me. So I've decided, since I can't get the Lord to send me another friend down here, we've got several places for sale around us. And so I thought, well, instead of somebody moving here, we'll just move somewhere else. So here's the deal. I want to be near a Bernina Baby Lock sewing store. There is one in Fayetteville, Arkansas called Be Sew In. I don't know if there's others, but I know there's Be Sew In, and I love Be Sew In. I love the Be Sew In Oklahoma City. I love the manager, Jan, there. Very nice. And hoping that, you know, in Fayetteville, which is the original store, that I would fit in there and I could take classes there, or maybe I'd even teach a class there. I don't know. You never know what the Lord has in store for you. But I said, just off the cuff, while we were up there driving around, probably driving to town 10 miles to upload my little short video because I couldn't do it there. And I told Jerry, I said, you know, we should move here. It is so beautiful. I said, that place is so big down there. Not the house. I can take care of the house. Yes, our house is large, but I'm very organized and I keep everything clean. In fact, the lady that comes to clean it every once in a while, she comes every maybe 8 to 12 weeks. Just because I trust her, I know her really well, and for some crazy reason, she likes to clean our house. She's a nurse, and she has a full-time nursing job, so why she wants to come here, I don't know, but it's just, you know, it's one of those things where I don't ever vacuum the whole house in one day. I don't ever dust the whole house in one day, and she does. And not only that, she vacuumed and dusted the coach, the RV. She works 10 hours. She gets here at 8, she leaves at 6, and she doesn't eat anything. She never did when she was taking care of Mother. She brings a malt from Brahms in the morning, and that's all she eats all day long. And so she loves to come here, and we love to have her. So I don't have a problem. And she even said yesterday, she said, Joy, She said, your house is so clean, I can't even find any dirt to clean up in it. I said, well, just assume it's there. Vacuum it and dust it. So, still want a big house because I still want this. I still want a big room, downstairs, upstairs, I don't care where it is, but I want to take all this with me. I may, you know, once I get there and it's an actual sewing community, you know, where women live there who have these kinds of machines and use these kinds of machines because they're near machine stores and they can take classes and they can quilt, and you know, there's nothing like that down here, nothing. So that's why I order so much online. So we plan on going back. We've been looking at houses on Zillow, found a bunch of them, but not exactly right yet. So, and we're not sure of the area yet. So it's just, you know, it's a new game we can play. We may never leave here. We may be here till we die. But a new game we can play, someplace we can go with our RV, something that might happen, something that might not happen. But I think it would be so wonderful to live somewhere where people came to see you. People invited you to their house. Come over, have dinner with us tonight. You know, let's go here to go to a restaurant, meet us at the restaurant. Let's, you know, friends you can do something with. I just don't have that here. And Jerry doesn't have it here, and it's so necessary, and we really need it. And a church. Absolutely a church. Don't you have any churches there? Yes. We have churches here. But they have all changed their services to draw young people, to draw teenagers. And it's so much like the world now that I don't like to be there. I don't go to concerts in the world. I don't like them, never did, even when I was young. I don't like loud music. I never did. I didn't like it when I was young. Now loud, I turn mine up here and I'm dancing around, and you would think it was pretty loud. But I'm telling you, that church, the last thing that we went to at this one church, the music was so loud. It was hurting my head. And I moved back, way back, it was a big stadium place, and moved back and moved up to the highest bleacher and still had to hold my ears. Bang, 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 music, just lights flashing, and oh, I felt like I had gone to a worldly concert, and it wasn't worshipful, it wasn't, I don't know. If you love that sort of thing, my friend Terry and her husband go to it, they love it. They're very, very involved in it. But Jerry and I just don't care for it. You know, and they don't have songbooks anymore, and they just have video screens up front with words, and the words don't even have periods or commas, or it's misspelled half the time, and no notes. So you just listen to the people sing it, and then you think, okay, I know it, so now I can sing it. And then they will sing, okay, now I know it. Well, then they'll sing it 200 times. What was the one? I heard recently on some video, and there was 3 words, and they sang them 35, 40 times. Jerry and I both were like, turn it off, turn it off. I don't know. I don't know if they think God is deaf or God can't understand what you're saying, so you have to repeat it 100 times. So anyway, that's the kinds of churches they have here. The kinds of churches we like, word churches, non-denominational churches. Oh, what am I walking on? I'll show you all this stuff in a minute. So anyway, when we were there and we were driving around, like going to town to do my, upload my video to YouTube, and there's a church every block. I'm not kidding you. There's a church here, drive a block. There's a church here, drive a block. There's a church here, drive a block. A church here, a Baptist church, a Nazarene church, a Methodist church, a Lutheran church, every kind of church, non-denominational churches. And I told Jerry, I said, oh my gosh, I bet we could find a church here if we buy a house that's like in a normal town, and where they have stores and they have restaurants and they have people that are our age, and I thought, you know, we could find I like little churches. I thought we could find, I wouldn't even care if it was Nazarene, and a non-denominational church, of course. So that's kind of our plan. Find a nice little place. Jerry wants lakes. I want sewing stores, and we both want a church, and we both want friends. So that's the plan, Stan. You know, we don't have family that ever comes to see us. You know, I've told you many times, our family's just our family. And it just is what it is. So, it's not like we're going to be moving away from any family, you know, friendliness or my brother. I would miss my brother. I have a sister in Tulsa who I'd actually be closer to. Now, I'm closer to my sister's kids than we are to our own. Our sister's kids would invite us to their homes. They would come see us wherever we live. We could do things with them, be involved in their lives. They're wonderful. They're very, very nice. And so, and we'd only be like 2 hours away from Tulsa if we moved to this one place called Fayetteville in Arkansas. So just things going through our mind, may happen, may not happen, but I'm 73, Jerry's 76, and I don't know how many years the Lord has left for us, but I would like to have some people in the rest of my years if we can figure out how to arrange it. And of course the RV has helped. And you know, I have a friend, Becky, down by San Antonio. She's busier than Terry. You know, she's going on cruises all the time. She's going to these different companies all the time. She makes videos all the time. And they are so, so busy. But we just love Becky and her husband. And of course I have my friend Viv. I have a lot of friends I've made through my YouTube channel. You know, I have a very good friend named Viv. And she lives in Virginia. Y'all know Viv. And I have another very good friend, Avondra, and she lives in Pennsylvania. So it's not like I can just say, hey, Viv and Avondra, let's get together and meet for lunch today. See what I mean? So it's not that I don't have friends. I have a friend named Jeffrey who lives in California. He's the quilt guy that helps me when I make a quilt. And look at here, look at here, look at here. Shut up, Joy, and show them. All right, so that's the main idea about Arkansas. So look here. One of the things I got done. I got Jerry's birthday kitty quilt, all loaded and ready to quilt. Takes me a long time to do that. So I've got that ready to go. And then I have a lemon here on the floor. What's a lemon? I'm going to show you. You see these pretty lemons right here. What's that song? Lemon tree, lemon tree. So, I decided I want to make some more woven blouses. I have dozens and dozens of knit, ITY, Ponte knit, cotton knit, all kinds of tops that are knit. I've decided that I want to quit wearing these maternity tops and I want to make some new pretty blouses. So I got out my Surefit Designs dress kit. You know, I used to talk about this all the time. I made many tops with a Surefit Designs dress kit. So I drew myself a new master pattern. Here's my master back, here's my master front. You can see it says Master. Okay? This is take back out of my way, but it's the cut-on facing that just folds back. Love, love, love that kind of facing. This is just a simple button up the front blouse. My measurements really hadn't changed much except for my waist. My waist has gone from 35 to 37. So pretty much getting to the point where I don't even have one. So I made the front, the back, and the sleeve. Well, the problem is, so many problems. I did the round back, I did the sway back. I didn't have to do an FBA. You don't have to do a full bust adjustment when you're using the Surefit Designs. I used the D template for the bust. So I've got waist arch, waist arch. All right, problem number one was I didn't put my apex in the right place. I have been sewing knits for so long, and when you sew knits, you have to raise your apex because knits hang, they drape, and everything just falls. And if you put your apex where it really is, it's going to end up down by your belly button. So I've been using 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 11 inches, 11 and a half inches for all these knits I've been making. So I just thought, oh, I know where my apex is. I'll put it right here. Well, my apex is not there. Can you see here? my little tiny cross under the big cross, I've got to move my apex down that far. And of course, the bust dart is pointing to the wrong apex. And when I put the shirt on, it's pointing clear up here toward my neck. So, I used to could do this in my sleep, but I haven't done Surefit designs for a long time. In fact, I probably got a pattern I could just pull out an envelope and use and make it wider at the waist. But I love doing this part. So I'm going to start over today. I have to tuck the back neck because it's always too big for me. I turn this into, let me see. I traced another copy of the master front and I turned it into a V-neck. Well, again, the V, when you sew the 5/8 inch seam, the V is clear down here. I mean, how did I get that? I put it up on me. I measured top. Okay, this is about 2 inches. This will work, blah, blah, blah. So I've got to move this V up probably 2 inches, so yeah. So you know how many times I have made a Surefit Designs garment. How many times have I done it? Dozens and dozens, but this one turned out a mess. Here it is, right here. It's a wrinkled up mess now because I got mad at it and threw it on the floor. It's almost made except for the sleeves. Let me see if I can get it on over this t-shirt. No, I didn't make the t-shirt. Walmart made it. Okay. So, you can see, look how low it is. Look how low it is. How did I do that? I don't even know. But it's just way too low. And the bust dart, now let me see, it doesn't look too odd right now. But it's too high. If I didn't have this t-shirt on underneath it, it would be too high. Okay? Then, this is really crazy. I put the sway back adjustment in it, and it didn't work. It pulled the side seam way backwards. So evidently my sway back has disappeared. Or maybe I have such a sway stomach now that it offsets the sway back. I don't know. Anyhow, it's a lemon. It's going to my friend Sherry Marie to make doll clothes out of. It'll be much cuter anyway for them. So I'm going to pack that up in my big box of fabrics to go to Sherry Marie. You remember the girl that makes the dolls for the little abused children. Alright, so what else have I done? I've done a lot of stuff. Let me see, I even wrote it down. Told you about the vacation. Next week we're going back to NIRBC. No, not because we miss it. There's some little things. Like way up at the top of our coach in the back, there's these 3 little red lights, you know, that come on at night or whatever, and one of them's burned out. And then there's a hose that comes out of the basement that drains a water tank or something, and it's got a tiny little hole in it. And so it's a tiny little leak. And Jerry bought a new hose right away, ordered a new hose, he's going to fix it. But he can't get it off because it's screwed in. You have to go way in and back behind some metal and back underneath it, and it's like screwed in on the wrong side of the coach or something. I don't know. And there's a couple other things, I don't even know what they are. So, you know, I love to go down there for a visit to Joann's and a visit to the bookstore. So that's fine. And last time we went to the bookstore, I actually paid for their membership. So I'll get 10% off if I buy something. Alrighty, so that's NIRBC. Let's check that off. The lemon, my vacation. The kitty quilt. You saw the kitty quilt. It's going to be so nice. I want to make another quilt for Jerry. Becky's husband, Keith, made the most beautiful quilt. Hard, advanced. I would call it very advanced. Paper piecing quilt, and it's of an eagle. And he has it all done. And I was watching Becky last night, and Jerry came in the bedroom. And I said, oh my gosh, you just got to see this quilt that Keith made. Well, she didn't show it very good in that video, so I looked it up online and showed it to Jerry, and he loves it. And I know how to do paper piecing. I like doing paper piecing. I mean, it actually comes out right because you're sewing on lines. But the part I don't like about paper piecing is the paper, because you have to remove all of it. But I'd love to surprise him and make that. I wonder if I could get Keith to make another one. Keith! I told Jerry, I said, he told Becky he wanted this quilt. And she said, well, I'm not going to make it. If you want to make it, you can make it yourself. So I said, he bought a sewing machine. And Jerry said, what? I said, he bought a sewing machine. Keith bought a sewing machine? I said, yes, he did. I don't know if I get Jerry to buy a sewing machine. I don't think that's ever going to happen. All right, so I want to tell you about that. Then, I finished the Safe Harbor quilt top. You want to see it? I showed it to you in my last video from here. I think it was on the floor in the other room. I had the first border around it, all pinks. I had forgotten that it actually had another border, and I didn't have it down yet. And the dark green that you saw underneath it, that's actually for the binding. So, I finished it. I love it. It's gorgeous. Let me go get it, and I'll show it to you. I would have already had this on the long arm and quilted, but I did not have a backing for it. And I decided, since this is all batiks, I decided I want a batik backing for it. So I ordered it a few days ago, and I'll have to go ahead and custom quilt Jerry's kitties first, but then I will quilt this. This quilt is called Safe Harbor, and I bought it from Bernina Jeff's store in Colorado. It was a kit. A kit. Now I can't show you the whole thing this way, but you can get an idea. You can see the borders. Let me see, can you see them? I can see some seams that are turned the wrong way back here, but that's just too bad. So you see the initial pink border, then this border went around it. Let me see. What can you see and what can you not see? I think you can see it. Yeah. So just remember, it's the same on all the corners, and I think you can see it to the center here. So, as soon as that backing gets here, the backing is going to be this color right here. I hope. I held my fabric up to the monitor to match these turquoises in here, and there was one that looked exactly like this. It's called Mint. And oh, I thought mint, isn't mint green? I don't know, but I ordered it. So I don't know if it will be perfect, but it will be the back. Yes, it will. Okay, so that's that. So I finished Safe Harbor. I have not made any more butterflies. I got Jerry's kitties on. I made a lemon, and I think that's all I did so far. Jerry always asks me in the evening, oh, yes, I did more stuff. I had a Philly day. I had a Zoom day with Philly. And Philly purchased the mystery quilt from last May. She purchased it from Edita Sitar, and she has the pre-cuts for that quilt. So she said, well, I want to work on the mystery quilt. So I pulled all my mystery quilt in here, and I worked on it all through our Zoom classes. But it's going to take forever to put that thing together. And then, of course, I have the issue with my barn. You remember I'm working on my patchwork barn. One of you said the door isn't right, it doesn't look good. Well, I really liked the door until somebody told me that. Because the beige door, that beige is all through the quilt. It's in almost all the blocks. It just wasn't in, it's actually in some of the leaves and the circles here on the barn. So I'm thinking I need to change the door, so I haven't done any more on that because I always assume when people say stuff that they know what they're talking about and I don't, so I don't know, I'm thinking about that. It's almost May, and when May gets here, Edita Sitar is going to have month 5, are we in month 5 already, of this. Look here, look here, look here, don't forget this that I got done. This is month 4, this is month 3, this is month 2. Actually, this might be month 2 and this month 3. I'm not sure. And then this is month 1. And I don't know why month 1 isn't an entire row, but it's only 2 houses for some reason. So I love this. I just love blue and white. I love two-color quilts. Red and white, blue and white. Over here you've seen my pink and white a million times. So I really like that. It's going to be beautiful. Obviously it's just going to be a row thing. Row 1, row 2, row 3. These are so pretty. Oh, they are so pretty, but oh, I can't imagine making enough for an entire quilt. They are gorgeous. I am proud of me. Is this what I was making when I cut my fingers? I don't remember. Anyway, my fingers are totally better. And yes, I wear my glove now when I'm using my rotary cutter. I am so happy that I bought those. I wish I'd bought them years ago. I don't think I have anything else to tell you except thank you for all your comments. And I haven't heard any more from Linda. I hope that she has read the comments and she saw all of your really sweet comments that you are praying for her and thinking of her. But I have not heard any more from her. Philly has had to get more help for her husband. You know, her husband's very sick. He was on the liver transplant list and they took him off the liver transplant list. And Philly had fallen several times trying to take care of him. That she fell just the other day, and she's tiny. She comes up to my shoulder, and she can't hold him up. She can't lift him up, and I just begged her to please think about getting hospice for him. So she researched it. Philly's a big-time researcher, and she researched the hospices. She had to take him to the ER because they fell. Both of them fell. He fell. She went with him. And while he was there, I guess she did talk to the doctor about getting hospice. So now, hospice has moved in a hospital bed, and a wheelchair, and I don't know what other things. So I think Philly's life is going to be so much better now that somebody will be there to bathe him and clean up they made Mother's bed, they gave her a bath, they fixed her hair, they dressed her, they cleaned up her room. They were just wonderful to my mother, wonderful. And I'm hoping that the company that Philly has will be as good to him as the hospice was to my mother back years ago. This video isn't very snippety, is it? So I decided I would just show you this real quick. And then that way, there would be at least one snippet in the video. Now, you know I'm doing the ABC challenge with Fit Nice system. You know I've got the 2 Fit Nice books. I know a lot of you have them too. And so every month, you're supposed to make a garment that starts with whatever letter the month is up to. So I did the A, I did the B, I did the C, and I did the D. So I just happened, pardon the cough drop, I just happened to think, oh, don't I need to do a new garment for the ABC challenge? We must be up to the E's by now. So I marked the E's to show you what my choices are, just in case you care about it. Is there just one in here? I have the 2 books, Design It Yourself and Top It Off. So the books are full of styles. Full of a whole bunch of styles, way easier than this. I promise you. Now, Glenda would disagree with me. And of course, this is her system and she loves it and she can do it in her sleep. But to make a quick, simple garment, I recommend the Fit Nice system. So let's look at the E's to see what I have a choice. Now, part of the issue is I can't really tell by the picture what it is. So if you go to fitnicesystem.com and you look up the books and you click on the book, sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't, and you go down and you find the name of what you want to make, it will show you, and then down at the bottom of the page there'll be a video on that. If you can't figure out how to find the video, they're free. If you can't figure it out, just email Judy and she'll tell you right away how to do it. So here's one choice. Easy front fold over jacket. Now I just made a jacket called the cardigan, the Cali cardigan, and I love it. I took it with me to Arkansas, but I didn't want to mess it up, so I didn't wear it. I don't want to get it wrinkled. Crazy. So she shows you the jacket, and then she tells you how to change your paper pattern in order to make the style in her book. Now there's one more in here that's an E. Now in this first book, they're in no order and there's no index. But some lady was very nice and she made an index for it. And so you can copy that for free and just keep it with your book. Now here's the next one I can choose, another jacket. Elastic thread jacket. And you can see by looking at this, it's really hard to tell what they're talking about, elastic thread jacket. But that's another choice. I think there's 4 of them total. 4 E's. So that's that book. So let's see what's in this book. Now this is cute. I might make this one. This one's called Eclipse. Eclipse. Isn't that a cute one? And since it's spring, it'd be fun to do a sleeveless one. Oh, and I wanted to show you what, remember my lace one that turned out so horrible? Somebody said, it looks like there's a handkerchief or a napkin hanging from you. I want to show you what it was supposed to look like. See how pretty that is? So I didn't have pretty lace and I didn't have anything that matched. So mine turned out so ugly. Okay, so that's Eclipse. And then I have one more choice called Erica. Now I look good in a square neck. This looks square in one picture and the other pictures it doesn't. But this is called the Erica, with or without the lace in the front. So it's a princess theme. Erica. Okay? This is probably what I'll choose. I don't know. We got to go to NIRBC. And I can't sew in the bus because they'll take the bus. People call it a bus for some reason. I don't know why. But they come in the morning and they take it away from you. And so you have to go someplace. So I can't set up a sewing machine. If I could, I would. There's a sewing machine in there and I totally would set it up. I wish that I could have done it in Arkansas because we spent a lot of time in the RV because we went a day early and stayed a day after. And I could have sewed all day long. But I didn't want to take it out and put it away and take it out and put it away. So no sewing happened there. And besides that, it was a vacation. And I know you always say, you need to go hiking, you need to ride a horse, you need to go see scenery. Well, we did. It was all around us. And we had to keep going to town for internet. So, I mean, you couldn't check your email on your phone. You couldn't do anything. The internet was so horrible that your internet on your phone didn't work either. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. I have one snippet. And I'll come back, of course, and show you what I decide to do. We'll be gone until probably Thursday next week. And I don't know, if I do another video, it's probably going to have to be from Joann's or the bookstore. I don't know. I never know.